Hello, Aidan.
Hi.
So, have you read the Poldark series before?
No, it's a kind of it's a weird situation. I mean, I never heard about Poldark until I got offered the role, and when I got offered the role, I got the books and the scripts, everything. A package came to the door, and somebody knocked, and went, "Here you go." And there was a note going, "You've been offered this role." I mean, it's weird. It doesn't happen to actors, and it never happens. Wish it happened more. Actually, I'm going to try and make that happen more with other stuff. It was great. So no, I hadn't heard of it. Googled it, found out there was a previous version of an adaptation. So that was how I was enlightened to the whole project, and then I just got stuck into deciding whether I wanted to do it or not.
Yeah, I have. We've just finished the second series, and I think I'm on the 6th novel. So, yeah. It's great. It's fabulous. I always read the books to just gain more insight into the character, and that's very helpful to me.
When I'm trying to sell the TV show to my friends, I don't know how to describe it. Is it a period drama? Is it a romance drama?
It's hard, isn't it? I'm getting this question all day. And weirdly enough, didn't get it last year when I was doing press for the UK. It seems to be quite a French thing. It's like, what box do we put this in? I understand it. I get it. I think that might be the reason that the show was successful. I think there's probably many reasons, but I think one of them is one can't quite nail down the genre. You know, is it a romantic drama? Is it a historical, political period drama? I mean, you know, it feels like it's a relationship drama a lot of the time too. I think we sort of ebb and flow and dip and dive in between everything. You know, I don't know if there is a specific style or genre that we set ourselves in. I think that's why the show works, you know. If it was just a melodrama or just a romantic saga or something, we might, along the lines of, you know, Bronte sister stuff or something, it would just have a different vibe, a different energy, and we wouldn't get away with some of the stuff that we get away with doing. Focusing on the mining, for instance, a lot, and with the lads, and there's, you know, there's just, the stories do take different turns, and we focus on different elements of the story apart from just the relationship stuff. So I don't know what genre it is. We're just kind of doing our own thing.
It's definitely a period drama, but there's definitely, I think, romance is at the heart of it, and I think that's what people love. Everyone loves a love story, but it's also a story of an underdog. You know, both Ross and Demelza are very much the underdog, and I think everyone loves that kind of story. There's very, you know, relative themes, you know, themes that are very current today, even, that we can also relate to back then. So I think it covers, you know, a lot of territories, the show, which is nice.
What do you like about Ross?
I think he's very handsome.
You mean like yourself? Or?
No, I'm kidding. What do I like about him? He's a real guy, you know. If we're talking about a show that's set in, you know, starts off at 1793, he's quite a modern man. He's very complex, and as an actor, when I read him the first time, when I read the scripts, I thought, there's so many layers to this guy. He's quite complex. He's not just this hero that you can just plonk in, this iconic hero, and stick him in a costume and on a horse and, you know, hand him a sword and off he goes. He just feels real. His default position is to help people. I think, you know, he sees a struggling class and wants to do something about it. He feels he's in a position to do something about it. There's a lot of honor and pride in that. Alternatively, or along with that, he's like any other guy, you know. He's a big ego a lot of the time, and, you know, he's very proud, and emotionally he's kind of almost completely inept. You know, he's kind of doesn't know how to work a relationship with a woman so well a lot. You know, he's confused because the love changes and drifts, and he doesn't know how to deal with that. He gets mixed signals and reads things odd. All of those things help me kind of love him more.
Your character is not the bourgeois type of girl. So what do you like about her?
I love how feisty she is, how she doesn't conform. It is a period drama, but she is not of the period. She's a very almost modern woman. Her ideas are modern. She doesn't dress like the rest of the girls because she hasn't come from that. She's come from nothing, and she's so grateful for everything that she has. And I think that is just what's so lovely about her. I think so many people can relate to her as a character, and how strong she is. You know, these female roles in Poldark as a series are brilliant. You know, it's kind of female led really, which is, you know, so exciting. These roles don't very often come along. I've often called it, you know, the Scarlett O'Hara of film roles. It's you know, and that's incredibly exciting, and I'm honoured to be able to take on such a challenge. And even Debbie Horsfield, she's adapted the books for the screen, and it's a fantastic, another very strong woman that's attached to the project. So.
For my last question, I have to mention "And Then There Were None." I loved it. I think it's the best adaptation of Agatha Christie
Oh wow!
since
Thanks.
a while.
Yeah, it was
so,
good.
what do you remember about this experience?
No, joking.
Nothing.
It was fun. I mean, it was a really good adaptation. Sarah Phelps is just like one of the best writers in the UK, I think. She's just brilliant. So much fun as a person. Having that script, playing that character, which I just really wanted to play, Lombard, and working with that cast. I mean, that's a stellar cast. You're walking into, like, everyone's top. It's classy, it's cool. I think we kept the energy and we kept the genre and the tone in the right place, and hopefully we kept people guessing, which is the main element of it. If somebody wasn't familiar with the outcome, I hope that they wouldn't know what's happening, and that's essentially what we were, what we tried to do. So I hope the mystery was still there. But yeah, no, we were proud of it.
She's kind of opposed to Elizabeth, the character of Ada Ritter, and so what do you think that makes her different? She's a better person than her.
I don't think she's a better person. I think Elizabeth is a good person. But I think that Elizabeth has to behave of the period. She has to behave like a lady, whereas Demelza doesn't, because she hasn't come from that. But through her love of Ross and knowing that Ross loves her, she is able to mingle in these circles with the likes of Elizabeth and know or feel that she has a right to be there. Whether she always feels in place or not is different. But yeah, I wouldn't say Elizabeth is a bad person. I would say that she's, I don't want to say misunderstood, but I think that Demelza is very true. She's very real. She believes, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Love is love. If you love somebody, why hide it under a fan or a bonnet or your costume? She's very honest and open. She's very green, which is great.
And what do you dislike the most about the 18th century?
Oh wow! Oh my goodness. Well, for instance, the way women are treated, that is, exhausting. Certainly, I think there are some very current themes that we still have today, but the costumes are interesting. Wearing period costumes are not the most comfortable. But again, I worked very closely with the costume designer on the second series as well as the first to create a very practical look for Demelza in that, everything that she has is second-hand, isn't it? There's nothing new, which I really like, and I make a point of working very closely with the crew who are so fantastic. Yeah.
You've been in a lot of period dramas, Death Comes to
Yeah.
Pemberley. So do you enjoy especially this side of costume?
I do love a period drama, yes, but it's mainly, to be honest, it's just something that seems to have happened for me. But the great thing about Poldark and its success is that it has opened up so many other doors. I've been able to take on much more modern projects as well, which is exciting for me.
So projects in TV or in movies?
Yeah,
or
both TV and movies, yes.
As a young actress, what are the main challenges that you've encountered in your career?
This industry is very competitive. It's very cutthroat. You have to be brave and you have to be strong. And there's a lot of knockbacks, but you have to find a way of picking yourself up and dusting yourself off. And certainly my support network is my family. They are incredible, and I wouldn't be here without them. I need their support, and they're incredibly generous to me with that. So.
To be honest, when I saw you in Jack the Giant Slayer,
Yeah.
I thought it would be a breakthrough, but I feel like Poldark is your breakthrough role right now.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I mean, you never know if a job is going to be successful. You don't take it on with that in mind. You take it on for love of the job, for love of the character. But yeah, Poldark seems to be the one that's been picked up, which is great.
How is it to work with Aidan Turner?
He's lovely. Yeah, he's absolutely lovely. He's a brilliant actor, and it's great. It's so important that you get on with someone when you're working so closely with them, and I think we have a great chemistry, and I think it works very well for the characters.
Can you tell us about your character in series 2?
I can't give too much away, but I think she continues growing, she continues maturing, but also there's a lot of emotional upset to come, and I think that you really see her push to her limits. She's already been through an awful lot, and then there's more to face, more turmoil to face. So that's incredibly exciting.
she's kind of excluded from the economics decisions. Will she be more part of this?
Yes, definitely. And I think that's what's great about Debbie Horsfield's writing is that she's able to take the characters that Winston Graham created, but kind of keep them more current, because naturally in the books, there are 12 books, so they tend to slightly kind of fade out. So she's really great at kind of keeping Demelza and Ross at the heart of the story, which is so important, I think.
Do you know if the writers have already planned to adapt all the books?
Yes, I believe so. We stick very closely to the books. There are 12 in total. So, there's definitely a lot of, potential, which is exciting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Alors bonjour, on est avec Laure Valentinelli et Hamza Mediani, deux acteurs du film Nocturama de Bertrand Bonello. Le film sort le 31 août, ça a été mon gros coup de cœur de l'année, je vous le cache pas, du coup je suis vraiment très contente de vous avoir en interview.